Hey guys, what's up here, Camflht today, back with another video, and today guys, we have a exciting topic, and today is going to be why Ssundee would never have done Nostalgia Craft, even if it hadn't ended, and he will never do Season 2, even if Season 2 starts, and I'll be explaining this to you guys in this video. So, for starters, I'm not sending hate towards anyone, except for one person, which is Crainer. I hate him, so if you want to go hate on him, you can hate on him. But anybody else here, no hate. Absolutely no hate. They maybe made some stupid decisions, but I don't want hate from my way. So I just wanted to leave this message to make sure and be respectful to anyone I talk about in this video, because there is kind of some bad situations brought up, and I do have some information that a lot of people don't know, and then I do have some information that no one knows, because I actually have somebody that used to work with Ssundee, and I messaged them. Well, didn't message them, but I actually got them to reply to me, and you'll be interested to see that. So I'll show you guys. Alright, so number one here, we have Lancey's video, and it leads back into Nostalgia Craft. Trust me on this. So the video is called Mr. Crainer, The True Story, Where I've Been in My Life. This is published by Lancey Poo.
I don't really have it.
So, basically, what we've got here is Ssundee turns his back on his old friends to avoid drama, to avoid conflicts, and that'll lead into number two in a bit. But our first reason is this, and we've got proof here. Basically, what happened here is Lancey and Crainer were friends, but Ssundee used to record with Lancey all the time, and then eventually there was no information on why Ssundee stopped recording with Lancey, and then all of a sudden he started recording with Crainer. And then eventually, about a few months ago, or maybe a year now almost, Ssundee just stopped recording with Crainer. And we have no information on this until this, January, of when Lancey released his video. Basically, Lancey goes through this whole video and talks about all the crap Crainer did, and actually set him up to make him look bad in front of Ssundee, and had a video. Now, this is funny, because Lancey actually has videos of Crainer and proof, too, of what he did and everything. So it was a big setup by Crainer, and he screwed over Lancey, and then Ssundee never talked to Lancey after that, even though he didn't have 100% proof that Lancey didn't like Ssundee. Even though they had that video of him talking bad about Ssundee, it was a setup, and he didn't realize that. And Crainer was trying to get him to talk crap about him. But basically, this revolved, and then Lancey released this video. Now, we don't know what exactly happened behind the scenes here. There might have been some excess information, but I do have something super cool, which leads into number two. They never let anything out publicly. These people, Crainer, never said anything about it. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Ssundee never said anything about it. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, literally anything, guys. They never admitted anything about it, right? So, it leads back. How did I get somebody? Well, now, guys, I've got something cool here. NeoMC used to work for Ssundee under even contract. Basically, we've got a video here where NeoMC basically says he used to be friends with Ssundee, and Ssundee turned his back on him and said, well, you know what? We're not really friends. It was just a contract. So, yet again, we kind of see the same thing popping up. And what we've got here is... So, basically, what he explains and everything is just that he was friends with Ssundee, and he thought he was, but Ssundee didn't think so. And then Ssundee thought it was creepy when he wanted to, later when they weren't as contracted, then, he was like, man, how are you doing? And then Ssundee thought it was creepy. So, they put this up. And basically, I put a comment in the comments section here. And it's interesting. I said, look at Lancey's recent video. Proof right there of what Ssundee does. And then Neo responds, yup. So agreeing what Ssundee does. And then he says, I can tell he isn't lying about the stuff. And that's referring to Lancey. And then he says he has videos of Crainer in person in the house and everything. So I've got 100% proof now that NeoMC, a person that used to work for Ssundee's team, actually knew about this whole scenario with Crainer. And yet this all leads back to Ssundee turns his back on old friends. And then he never admits it publicly, even when they didn't do something wrong. Alright, guys. And then into number 3, which is kind of complex. Basically, another reason why Ssundee would never do NostalgiaCraft, even though he turns his back on his friends, never admits anything publicly, so it would be unlikely that he would go under a podcast anyways, or a podcast-like thing, is the fact that he's changed so much. Ssundee, you know, he used to be military. He used to be a really cool YouTuber, in my opinion, but now he walks around screaming "mommy" and "foot," and enjoys the content that views that he receives from several 3 million a freaking video. And that's a bit excessive, but he's getting millions of views a video, so he acts a little more childish. And there's no way he's not going. I understand that some people go out of their way to be more nice on camera, but he's going really out of his way. Like, I talk more, as I don't necessarily talk as much when I record, and everybody does that, but basically that's it. Like, I'm the same as on camera to off camera. And I understand some people act a little more, you know, hyper and stuff, but Ssundee is completely just, there's no way. The guy used to be entirely different, and he's changed in like a matter of months. You can just tell it. And he changed by the views. Once he saw the views were coming in, he changes his content to what gets the most views. And then he goes back to the old videos that got really good views, and then makes it more childish. And basically what he's doing from this, and he's just farming more views, which, I mean, I can't really blame him for it, but it is another reason why he would never come back to his origins, even though, you know, most people, even though you change, it is good to know where you came from and admit where you came from. And that's where I have to disagree with Ssundee in this. I do think it's okay to change, but I don't think it is okay to ignore your where you come from. So that is my conclusion on why Ssundee would never do NostalgiaCraft. And that'll be all, guys. Make sure and subscribe. I'll see you dudes next time. Peace out.